All right, so now we're looking at the consumer sector, and we're replacing our McDonald's um, with international paper is what portfolio says that we're following. But I'm leaning a bit more towards Thomson Reuters, and a lot of the reason is because I understand Thomson Reuters much better than I understand international paper. International paper is one of those huge conglomerates that's been around forever, and they own a bunch of stuff. They're currently selling a bunch of stuff. They're trying to get rid of their pension. I mean, who has a pension these days? I mean, so they're trying to get rid of their pension. They unloaded like something like 1.3 billion dollars of their pension off, but I'm sure they still have more pension left over in their hands. But so Thomson Reuters, like I said, it's a bit more straightforward. I've been looking at the numbers. Dividends about the same. Thomson Reuters PE is much smaller, but honestly, with this sector, these companies are in such different industries that you really can't compare these PE ratios, and honestly, a lot of this stuff. Same thing with the net profit. The net profit for Thomson Reuters is going to be much higher simply because they do much more in the way of services, not necessarily selling things like international paper does. But with that being said, return on assets is a bit better. Um, Looks like international paper has more cash, which makes sense. I mean, like I said, they're a huge company. Um, the other thing that I was happy about was the fact that Thomson Reuters was 5% off its high versus international paper only 2%. So, it makes me feel good that I'm buying it not at the absolute highs, which is a good thing. The other thing that I liked is that the alpha was not as high as international paper. Um, the up move and the down move honestly is a bit disconcerting, um, but relative to its peers, Thomson Reuters is not bad. Same thing with the up move there, but of course international paper just blows them out of the water, and I can understand why. They've been making some really good moves lately. Like I said, selling off some parts of the business and getting rid of some stuff to really try to streamline what they're doing. Um, the other thing that I was happy about was the beta. The beta is much higher for Thomson Reuters, which it makes me feel good to have that defensive position, when I need it. The return, I was looking at the past 12 months, and as you see here, international paper just blows Thomson Reuters out of the water as far as average return per month, which really gave me a lot of pause. But with that being said, a lot of it, just kind of looking at the numbers here and some of the differences. I mean, I must admit there are some huge differences here. Um, and that's why international paper just blows them out of the water. So the other thing that I'm looking at is something I call MVP, and what that is it counts the number of times that this particular company showed up in the best performing portfolio in that month. Okay, and I'll show you what that looks like. But I just want to highlight here since I don't have, cause I want to kind of look at this myself too. So same, better. I'm going to say that's an outlier. Um, those 2 months, just yeah. Better, worse, better, same, worse, same, much better, much worse, much worse, right? And this is just the past couple months. So what I'm going to look at as well is I'm going to look and see where Thomson Reuters is on the chart here. So let's see if we can do this. We're gonna take off all that stuff. Let's see. And let's see if we can go grab. See if we can go grab. Let's see here. Series values. It's going to be all of these. And let's see what this looks like. Let's back up a little bit. I can see now that I have, there we go. Take off all that. We don't need all those. Just October 16. There we go. Edit, access data range. I can't believe it didn't ask me this at the beginning. There we go. It's freezing a little bit. I got a new solid state drive I'm gonna try out on this thing to see if it makes a difference while I'm recording these. I think I can leave these alone. Alright, there we go. So the white line is Thomson Reuters, the orange line is the consumer cyclical sector. And it appears to move in tandem. And as I expected, over the past couple months, it has moved far below where the sector is, and going back for the past year, it never stays that way, right? I mean, comes above, goes below, got above it in July, so. Either what's going to happen is we're going to have the consumer sector move down dramatically, or we're going to have Thomson Reuters move up. and just kind of looking at you know, what the sector has done over the past couple months, it looks like it's due for a bit of a bounce. So um, I'm gonna go against the program here, and I'm gonna go into Thomson Reuters. Um, Even though, like I said, that it's a big difference in average return. I'm willing to bet that Thomson Reuters is going to be a much more streamlined play, um, and it's going to give me some of the beta that I'm going to want as well, just in case.